Mari, tell us a childhood secret your mom doesn't know. When I was a kid, I was getting bullied by this really mean boy. And every single time I saw him on the bus, he was really mean to me. And he made fun of me. And, I don't know. He was one of those boys that was always talking about, like... I don't know how to explain it. He was always talking about, like, bazookas and shit. He was always talking about, like, weapons and stuff. And, like, Call of Duty and shit. But he was really, really mean to me. And, particularly about, like... Because I have had a pretty bad lisp through my life. And I have talked kind of weird through my life. So he was pretty mean to me. And, once upon a time, it was in the middle of winter. And this is in elementary school, by the way. I was really, really upset about it, and I really, really didn't like him. And, he was, like, on the Foursquare court. The Foursquare area on the blacktop. And he was standing alone, and I think he was, like, waiting for friends to play Foursquare with. And I went up to him. And I shoved him because the blacktop was all icy. And he fell over, and I kicked him in the face over and over and over and over again, and I ran away. And obviously I had to go to the principal after that. I had to go to the principal, and they sat me down, and I told a sob story, like, he was bullying me. And they were like, okay, yeah, but, you know, you kind of kicked him in the face over and over and over again, and that's not how you solve that. If you're getting bullied, you have to tell somebody about it and not kick somebody in the face. So we're gonna have to send a letter home to your mom. And so I went home, and they sent the letter home, and I stole it before, like, she got to the mailbox. Like, I staked it out. Every morning, I was staking out the mailbox to make sure that I could get it before she got it. And she never found out. So, that's a secret my mom doesn't know. But I feel like if she heard it at this point, she obviously wouldn't get mad at me. Because I'm not in elementary school anymore. And yeah, he never talked to me ever again. Ever. He stopped. He never made fun of me. He never even talked to me ever again. So... I didn't know you were this based. Were you a delinquent in school, or this was a one-off? I don't consider standing up for yourself to be delinquent behavior. I think if somebody wants to get hit, like, they're going to be mean. So they should expect to receive what they give back tenfold. I kind of still stand by it, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I really did anything wrong. Cause, like, if you're gonna be a bitch, like, you better be able to stand up and fight for yourself. But I never did anything like that ever again. Because I'd never been bullied. Except for that moment. Well, There were a couple of times I'd been bullied, but none of them were really that bad. Like, my friends used to make fun of my big forehead, and then I got bangs and they never made fun of me again. And that's kind of just like friend behavior. Like, that's what friends do. They're like, haha, you have a big forehead. Like, haha, like... That's just friend behavior. Like, fight? My brothers used to roughhouse a lot. I don't know if that's even a word a lot of people use anymore, but, like... They would go out of their way and they'd be like, we're gonna go roughhouse outside. Like, we're gonna roughhouse... One interesting thing about Montana is there's a lot of wide open space that you can just, like, go and do shit in. And a lot of places where people kind of just, like, dump trash and vehicles and stuff. And so... they would literally, like, roughhouse in fucking scrapyards. And I was a little bit jealous, but I also knew, like, in my heart of hearts, like, I kind of don't want to get hurt. But sometimes I'd stand there and watch them, and sometimes, like, if I wanted to play with them, they'd give me, like, something different to do. Like, they used to like to play Star Wars, like, play pretend Star Wars. And, I didn't know anything about Star Wars, so either they'd make me do something stupid like, oh, okay, then be a rock. And I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah. And then I'd get on the ground and I'd roll up. But I never really got into any fights except for that one at school. And I wouldn't even call it a fight, I call that a slaughter. That was just like, I took advantage of the weather and I absolutely slaughtered that boy. I don't want people to think that they can just roll over me. It makes me sad. I don't like it. I think the only other time I'd, like, really been bullied, and this is maybe gonna be a little bit of a sad story, but I swear, I'm here now, so there's a hopeful end. Is when I was in middle school, I had this shirt. It was, like, a really, like, cringe shirt. It was, I don't remember which one it was, but I had, like, 2 different shirts, and they were, like, really... I thought they were so funny. They were, like, pun shirts. I had a little, a shirt with a seal on it, and it said, I approve, so it was my shirt with a seal of approval on it. And then I had one where it was a sausage, and he was wearing Link's outfit, so it was like a sausage Link. I was like, damn, these shirts are so cool and funny. I'm so cool. And I had worn one of them to school at one point. And this boy who I kind of thought was my friend. Like, I don't know. He was kind of troubled. Like, always very back and forth on his emotions. Just one day, he was acting really mean and nasty. And he just didn't know when to stop, and he was making fun of my shirt, and he grabbed it on the side, and I was telling him, like, let go of me. Let go. And he ripped the sleeve. And I just, like... I was really sad about it, and I felt really embarrassed. Yeah. I was really embarrassed, and I didn't want to wear my silly shirts anymore. And, I went inside, because it was, like, during recess, and so I went inside, and I just, like... I tried not to cry about it, because... I don't know, I didn't want people to think I was babying out, or, like... They thought I cared a lot. But when I got home, I just cried to my mom. I was like, Mom, a boy ripped my shirt at school and I'm really sad. But she helped me fix it. She helped me, like, she sat down and she kind of showed me how to fix it and sew, and then... Yeah, I didn't wear it to school again after that, but it was still fixed, and I could wear it, like, to bed or whatever. The bright side of the story is I'd never gotten bullied ever again. Like, those are the only times I can really think. Like, when I was in elementary school and I stood up for myself, and that time in middle school. But, yeah, aside from that, there was nothing. But the happy ending, I guess this is kind of like strange. The happy ending is I'm here now, and I can make as much bad jokes as I like.